Hey everyone, it is Tiffany here. Happy Monday. I just wanted to jump on and talk about if you truly, in any area of your life, want to reach your full potential, there's this one thing that you have to master, that you have to embrace, that you have to become friends with. Before I get to that, just a reminder to head over to limitlessplaybook.com. That's www.limitlessplaybook.com. Get a free 10-day training from me that is going to help you reprogram this 6 inches between your ears so that you can start stepping into your potential. So the one thing that separates the elite in any area from the non-elite is the ability to embrace failure, to recognize that failure is an event and not a person, to recognize that failure is a place in time and it does not need to become your identity. And so in any area of your life, if you really want to experience what many people don't get to, you have to be willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to risk hearing no, the rejection, the failure, whatever it is that you're afraid of or however you deem failure in order to get to that next level. In business, you have to be willing to put yourself out there, send those emails, ask for the opportunities, take the chance. In relationships, you have to be willing to put yourself out there, ask the person out, be vulnerable, show up in your relationships and continue to date your significant other or your spouse to inspire them to show up for you in the way that you want them to. In your health, you have to be willing to risk not being able to lift that weight, to fail on a rep or to fail on a fitness challenge or a marathon run or whatever it is in order to truly get to the peak potential that you can in your health. So in every single area of your life, you have to become friends with failure. You have to stop fearing failure if you want to go to the next level. One of my all-time heroes in the area of failure is Thomas Edison. He's the guy, if you don't know, who created the incandescent light bulb. And he failed, quote unquote, failed 9,999 times before he created the light bulb. And most people would have stopped after 1, 2, 3 attempts. They would have said, maybe this just isn't meant for me. Maybe we're just not meant to have light, and left it for somebody else. Except he kept going, and he never looked at it as failure. He never looked at it and said, you know what? I'm a failure. I've gotten this wrong 9,999 times, so clearly I'm not good enough. He never made it his identity. Instead, what he said was, I found 9,999 ways that didn't work. And that's really the mentality that you need to have if you want to go to that next level. Another great example of this was the Wright brothers. They didn't have the money or the backing that other people at that time had to figure out powered manned flight. And so they owned a bicycle shop. So what they would do is they would take the materials, they would put it all together in the plane, they'd go launch the plane, it would crash, they'd pick up the pieces that they could salvage, they would take it back to their bicycle shop, put it together in another way, go back out, do it again and again and again and again until eventually they were the first human beings to take flight. Have you ever heard of the guy Elias Gray? Probably not. Because he was so afraid of failure that he couldn't even go to the patent office to put a patent or a patent pending on this amazing invention that he had that could change the world as we know it. And so his name didn't go in the history books. And when he finally worked himself up and got over that fear and went to the patent office, he found out that just the day before, Alexander Graham Bell had put in a patent for the telephone. And so now when we look in history books or when we think of the telephone, it's Alexander Graham Bell that we think of. Because he wasn't afraid of failure. He wasn't afraid to put his idea out there and risk being ridiculed. So he was the one who took the action on it. even though Elias Gray had the concept created before Alexander Graham Bell did. So don't wait to be Elias Gray. Don't be that person who has the regrets of what if. Because in my mind, the only time that you'll ever regret something is the chance that you didn't take. Stop sitting around in what if, what would have happened if I did this, and start backing yourself. Start being willing to hear the word no. I can't tell you how many times I've been laughed at for my dreams or my goals. When I was writing my book, I had people laughing at me. Who do you think you are, an author? Who do you think you are, a coach? Stop preaching. And yet, I've had hundreds, thousands of people read my book, and thousands of people listen to my videos, watch my videos, listen to my podcast, come to my events, work with me one-on-one or in group settings to change their life. And so all those people who are laughing, it doesn't even matter, because that's not who I'm focused on. So if you want to get to the elite level in any area of your life, you have to be willing to embrace failure and know that you're not failing if you learn the lesson. As long as you learn a lesson, then you're growing, you're not failing. So get out there, and whatever it is that you've been afraid of rejection or failure on, go and do it today. Start taking the steps today that you need to get there. And if you need a hand, you can get my 10-day free training over at www.limitlessplaybook.com. Free 10-day training. It's all yours. limitlessplaybook.com. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.